welcome to another video. The videos are getting like literally the design of the videos. Wait. The design of the videos are getting better and better. Why? Because I'm basically the goat of designing a nice video design and having like a cool. You could add a cap here. You could add some nice colors on the arm. This is my glass to drink off. This has the perfect texture because why? Because it reflects the colors in different shapes, and so it's not really something that it gives it just more texture to video. Obviously we have here some issues. The bed is not perfect. We could have this maybe. No, this is too much, but like this texture right now is pretty good. Looking like this, I would see like this, talk like this in the camera. Yeah, this is the diary of Remo Kazi. I'm speaking. By the way, I still love iPhones. I think iPhones are one of the best investments that you can make right now. Trust me, the price will go up. The price will definitely go up, 100%. iPhones are underpriced. I think for the dollars that you can buy iPhones right now. Everything is going up in value, but iPhones haven't catched up yet. So iPhones just feel right to me because iPhones are powerful. This is 60 FPS, but the difference between like those two iPhones is quite insane. Yeah, you want to have the 120 hertz at least. This like also I just love iPhones, but the difference in like this huge difference. But let's not talk about iPhones. Let's talk about the current state of the world, the political state of the world right now. It's way more important, right? I don't need this charge right now. How much is this, bro? This is also good investment. DJI Action Cam, maybe not, because why? Because the tech is not the newest. Like this could be 20 years old, right? But it's okay. Let's charge it up because the battery. I mean, it's still when I buy tech, right? This like when I buy tech at the moment, like when I'm older now, when I used to be broke, when I used to be as a kid, I thought it's just to use. Obviously, DJI drones, they lose in value, but they also might be a good investment. I think 2026 might be a peak in technology in the terms of it's actually technology, because people will like the value of technology you get here is super duper dope. When I buy tech nowadays, like for example this, I mean the piano is also kind of a value of worth. This, like all of this is like you can collect, like you should always protect your, like you should like protect, like you should never throw away things. There's memories in like people do not really think about things like that, but there's memories in like photos, videos, and everything, and those are very, very valuable, 100% valuable, one of the most valuable things that you can keep. And then there's basically like this will be valuable in 20 years because it just is something that like it's just super like it's super hard to make. Like this is not something, like things you cannot make with your hand. You should all keep them. And how I would perceive and how I would go on doing that, you can basically buy an expensive suitcase that is very durable, and now you have to think about different things. Like you have the biggest things that you want to keep in your house always, and when you move, for example, you keep them, and you just the big things. But easier to have is like small things, this keyboard, whatever, just small things, kind of the speaker, whatever, all of the things. Maybe speaker is not the best, but like it doesn't matter what, like things that you use on a daily basis, you want to keep them. And you just buy an expensive suitcase, and you put like many blankets in it, like thin blankets, just thin, I would say cotton blankets. Maybe you buy some, what is like bendable, like what bends, but it's also like very sturdy and everything. There's like some foam, maybe you can buy some foam and just put the things in it, and you just keep it. If there's things with batteries, you want to think about how is this gonna work, and how but yeah, like those things like that, like cameras and everything, obviously they are linked to software updates and everything, but you also like you want to buy things that are not very, software update dependent. Those, like, sometimes it really is better to own a lot of, like, especially wait, like, maybe it's better, like, for some people it's actually better to own things that are expensive, like watches, like diamonds. I heard a lot of negative things about diamonds, but just things that are expensive, you know, and own them and keep them, and, be like, be careful with them. um you know like, yeah, be careful with them, be and everything. And wow, like, this design is just magnificent. It's wonderful, because, for example, this is something, right? Like, for example, in crypto, whatever, people say, okay, like, don't waste your money on things. Da, 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 da. Okay, if I have this, like, if, for example, like the risk is basically buying things is probably the least riskiest thing you can do with your money. um, because if you have a lot of money, you tend to invest, and when there's not a good time to invest, you want to buy things, real things, because, for example, sometimes people like, I should have bought when the market was up. I should have bought things because then I would still have the things. But I kept on losing the money with the money that I thought I have. If you have a lot of money, you spend more money on food. You don't think you're broke. You act based on the money you have. When you have less money, but you have a lot of things, you still have the same amount of net worth that you have, but um, like, you still have the same amount of worth, but you don't think about it that way. Like, that's why buying things, when at the point you have money and you buy things, you now forget about the money and that you have it. And that is just a factor. That is just maybe I should buy a better case, because this case, it's a cheap one. Maybe I should buy like an actual, because I want to keep my iPhone 13 Pro Max is just a device that still could, like, even iPhones could go up in value. You don't even think about it, but it's you know something I preach. Like, it's just a fact. So buying things in 2025 especially is maybe, like, also apartments, like buying apartments, like, just buy. I think buying the most for the least amount of money is the way to go in 2025. Trust me, bro. It sounds crazy, but it is the way. Wait, gray color. I want to change. I want to see how the. Maybe that is a better. Like, the colors, like, what I'm doing right now, I can change the colors, right? I can do this to do. Like, this is like a softbox. I would never like, look how different it is. My screen. This is probably one of the best investments too. The screen. Just $200. $200. I have a softbox. I have light. I have a screen that is perfect. I think it even has 120 hertz, 60 hertz or something. It might be 120. This is tech you just want to invest in. This is just like $200 on my wallet in crypto. It's just it's nothing, right? I'm losing it. I would lose it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I lost it. But this monitor, if I would lose that monitor, I would I would be angry. Yeah. Bro, I really needed like a better case for this phone. Like, I really like, because the camera, it's like sad, bro. I really wanna. I'm gonna. What is it? Okay. Yeah, guys. Thank you for watching. See you.